Namaste. So I'm back. I have to be more careful of my status. I wasn't looking at the audio bar. That should be the only thing I should be looking at. So yeah, I'm gonna we'll do the entire thing all over again. I don't mind it. It's fun for me. It may not be fun for you, but it's really a lot of fun for me. Repeating stuff is not much fun, but this is actually I should do this a little differently this time. No, I have to make it bigger, big letters. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Let me see here. All right, so I'll start over and see what happens. Should I take my medicine? You know, I'll take some medicine and then go ahead and do this. What else do I have to do besides chanting? I already did yoga. I'm not doing yoga. Yeah, there's not much to do. So, you know, this is it. I might read the Bible because I like reading the Bible. It does. It's if you may find that the Bible is also therapeutic. If it works for you, then it's therapeutic. It's not for everybody. That's my point. So let me okay, so chapter 3. Let me take my medicine. I'll be back and I'll do this all over again. I don't mind, and I will not talk as much this time. Maybe that's what Sanskrit. Maybe Sanskrit itself is trying to punish me for talking too much while reciting Sanskrit. All right, yeah, that makes sense. I talk too much. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Mic check. Huh. Okay, I'm prepared. More than before. Here we go. Namaste. Bao Shuyo Baiba. Suta Ubanchan. Janame Jayaha Pare Kushwitaha Saha Pratara Piha Guru Kushwatara Dil Kasatara Mupasute Tasya Pratara Sutrayaha Shrutasena Ugraseno Pimas Shrutasena Ugraseno Pimasena Iti Teshu Tatu Satra Mupasi Neshu Tatura Shiva Pya Gaja Chatu Sarem Shiva Pya Gaja Chatu Sare Sarameyaho Shiva Pya Gaja Chatu Sarameyaho Sam Janame Jayasya Pratara Pira Pihato Roru Yamano Matuha Sami Pamupa Gaja Chatu Sami Pamupa Gaja Chatu Tam Matan Roru Yamano Mubancham Kim Rodi Shui Genasya Pihata Iti Sa Evamuguto Mataram Pratyubancham Janame Jayasya Pratara Pira Pihato Smiti Tam Matan Pratyuvancham Vyagatam Tvayan Tatra Paradatam Yenasya Pyata Iti Satam Punaruvancham Na Parathyami Kinchit Na Vekushwe Habim Shui Na Baliha Iha Iti Tachu Churtuvan Tasya Matan Sarama Putra Shokaltan Tatu Satra Mupa Gacha Chadiatra Tatu Satra Mupa Gacha Chadiatra Sa Janame Jayahu Saha Pratara Pildil Kasatra Mupa Sete Satayan Gurudataya Tatrokatahu Ayam me putro No Genchida Parathyati Kimaltama Piata Iti Yasama Jayama Pihut Yasama Jaya Pihato Napakari Yasama Jayama Pihato Napakari Tasma Dadra Shirtam Tuvam Payama Gami Shuyoti Ti San Janame Jaya Eva Mukuto Devashunia Devashunia Saramaya Durutam Samum Prananto Bishanun Nashajansit Bishanun Nashajansit San Tasminun Sature Samapute Asatinapuram Pratyatia Purohita Manuru Pamanam Vichata Chamanahu Purohita Manuru Pamanam Vichachamanahu Param Yatana Makarodio Me Papa Kurotiam Shamayatiti San Kadachina Murugayam Yatah Pare Kushito Janame Jayah Kasamim Shichitu 스바비셔 요드 데셰 다스멤시체트 스바비셔 요드 데셰 다스멤시체트 스바비셔 요드 데셰 아시라마마 파시아트 타트라 카시치드르 슈이라 삼 짜크레 슈루타시라바 나마 다시야 비마타흐 부트로 아스테 소마시라바 나마 다시야 탐 부트라마 피가미야 자나메자야흐 바리쿠슈이타흐 바우로 히티야야 바브레 사 나마스코르티야 담모루 슈이 무반점 바가바는 나얌 따바 부트로 마마 부로히토스트비티 사 에바 무크타흐 프라티우반점 포 자나메자야 부트로얌 마마 살피얌 자타흐 마하타파스비 스바티아야 삼파는노 마트타포비리아 삼프로토 마트타포비리아 삼브로 마트타포비리아 삼프로토 마추추크람 비타바티아 스타시아흐 쿠쿠쇼 삼부르드 타흐 사말토얌 파바타흐 살바흐 바바크로티아흐 샤마이트 마는타레노 마하데바크로티아무 아시안 드베카무팜 슈브라타무 야데남 카시치드 브라흐마노흐 까시지달 깐찌달타마피야 깐찌달타마피야 제트담 다스마이 다디야다야무 야디에다 두트 사하세 야디에다 두트 사하세 따또 나야스바이나미티 테나이바 무트코 자나메자야스탐 프라티우반참 파가밤스타토이 파비쇼요티티 상담 purohita yopa puratato pratara nuvancham mayayam purata upathyayah yadayam puruyat tatkaryam avichara yadpiriti puruyat tatkaryam avichara yad puruyat tatkaryam avichara yadpiriti tenaiva mukton pratarasutasya tathon chakruha sa tathon 프라트른 삼디 프라트른 삼디시야 프라트르는 삼디시야 따크셔실람 브라티아 피프라타스테 담자 대샴 파셰 스타바야마사 에따스미는 나는 딸의 가시지들을 쉴 타오미오 가시지들을 쉴 타오미오 나마요다흐 다시야 슈프요스드라요 마푸부루바 바푸부루마 바푸부루바마니우라루 누일베다시짜띠. So I want to say it again. 바푸부루 바푸부루바무마 바푸부루바마니우라루 누일 바푸부루바마니우루누 나누 바푸부루바마니우라루 바푸부루바마니우라루 누일베다시짜띠. 사액감 시슈여마루 누염 슈슈여마루 누임 반자리암 프레쇼야마사 가츠창 게다라 카눈돔 바타네티 사 우파티아야나 삼디슈터 아루누이흐 반자리아스 따트라 가트반 따트게다라 카눈돔 마두툼 나샤쿠노트 사 글리시아만 오파시아두파야무 바바트베밤 까리쇼여미티 사 따트라 삼비베샤 게다라 카눈두에 샤야네 다스밈스타두다감 다스타우 따따흐 따따지두파티아야 아요도 타오미야흐 슈슈여낫 뿌르처 차트 시슈여낫 Okay, I want to say it from the 따따흐 따따지두파티아야 아요도 타오미야흐 시슈여나 뿌르처 차트 그와 아루누이흐 반자리오 까따 이띠 때 프라티우추흐 파가바타이바 프레슈이토 가즈차 게다라 카눈돔 바타네티 사 에바무쿠타스탄 시슈여는 프라티우반짱 따스마트 사이베 따트라 가즈차모 야트라 사 이띠 사 따트라 가트반 따시야 흐바나야 샤브담 짜카라 포 아루누에 반자리아 그바시 바트사이히티 사 따츠 추르트반 아루누이루파티아야바기암 아르누이루파티아야바기암 따스마트 게다라 카눈워드 사하소트 타야 따스마트 게다라 카눈워드 사하소트 타야 따무파티아야 무파따스트 프로반짜짜이나무 아야마스미야뜨라 게다라 카눈두에 니어 사라마 너무다까 마바라 누이얌 삼로드 툼 삼비슈투어 파가바체 차브담 슈르트 마이바 사사 비다리아 게다라 카눈돔 바바는 따무파스 티따흐 따다 피바다예 파가바는 따무 아지냐 파야투 파바느 겜 까라바누이티 따무파티아요 브라비트 야스마드 파바는 게다라 카눈더 마바다리오트 티타스 따스마드 파바누드 달라케 달라카 야스마드 파바는 깨달아 가는 루어마바다 마바다리오 뜻티타스 타스마드 파바누드 달락다 야스마드 파바는 깨달아 가는 루어마바다리오 뜻티타스 타스마드 파바누드 달락다 야스마드 파바는 깨달아 가는더 마바다리오 뜻티타스 타스마드 파바누드 달락까 에바 나무나이 파비슈요띠띠 사 우파티아야나 누그르히타흐 야스마드 뜨바야이 야드바쪼 누시 트윗담 야드바쪼 누시 트윗담 따스마즈 칠레요바 뿌시아시티 살베짱떼 베다흐 바티파시아는티 설바누이짱 달마샤스트라누이티 사 에바무그타 우파티아예 나시탐 대샴 자가마 아타 파라흐 슈슈여 스타시아 이반 요다시아 시슈여 스타시아 이반 요다시아 타오미아시오 파마니올나마 타무파티아야흐 부라샤야마사 파트소파마니오 가 라쿠쇼스바티 사 우파티아야 바차나 다라쿠쇼드가흐 우파티아야 바차나 다라쿠쇼드가흐 사 우파티아야 바차나 다쿠쇼 우파티아야 바차나 사 우파티아야 바차나다 사 우파티아야 바차나다 라쿠쇼드가흐 사 자하니까 라쿠쇼이트본 디바사쿠쇼야 피아가미오파티아야 시아그라타흐 스티트본 나마시차크르 타무파티아야흐 비바나마파시아트 비바나마파시아트 우반짱 짜이나무 파트소파마니오케나 포르토팀 까르파야시 비바나시 드르토미티 사 우파티아얌 프라티우반짱 파이쿠슈에노 포르토팀 까르파야미티 타무파티아야흐 프라티우반짱 마마니베디야 파이쿠샴 노파요크타비아미티 사 타테티우크드반 punára rakushadugah rakushuitvan jagamya tathaipopathya yasyagratah sthitvan namash chakra tamupathya yastathapi pibanameva Tereshatuvo Banchang Patusopamaniyo Salvamasheshotasute Paikusham Kuruhonwami Genedanim Prototim Karipayasiti San Eva Mukata Upatyayana Pratyuvancha Bhagavate Nivedya Volvama Param Charami. Then I'm not taking a break. Sorry about this. mean, tena prototim kalpayami ti. Tamupathyaya pratyuvacham naishwa nyaya Guru prototih anishwa mapi prototio parotam karoshuyevam paltamanah lubutositi sa tatetiukutuvai quand arakushot rakushuituvai cha punarupathyaya guruhamagamiopathyaya siyas something yasya grata rakushuituvai cha punarupathyaya guruhamagamiopathyaya grata Sitituvai namashe chakra Tamupathyaya satatapi piba nameba darshatavai punaruvacham aham te saivam paikusham guru hunwami na janyachacharasi pibanasi kena porotatim kalpayasi iti sa upathyayam pratyuvacham po etasam gavam payasa porotatim kalpayami iti tamupathyaya pratyuvacham chaitananyayam maya upayokatum pavato maya nanu jinyatamiti sa tateti pratijinyaya ka rakushitva punarupathyaya guruhanetya kurorakratah satitvai namasha chakra tamupathyaya piba nameva pashyat uvacham chainam paikusham nashanasi na janyachacharasi payo na pibasi pibanasi kena porotatim kalpayasi iti sa eva mukta upathyayam pratyuvacha poh penam pibami yamime patsa maturnam setanam pibananta udgirananti iti tamupathyaya pratyuvacha ete tivadanu kamampipaya kunovananto patasah praphu tataram penamudgirananti tadevamapi patasanam paratotio parotam karoshuyevam valtamanah penamapi pavanana patu mahati iti sa tateti pratijinyaya niraharasataya ka arakushvat tatha pratishvid to paikusham na shanati na janyachacharati payo na pibati penam no payong kate sa kada chidara nuye 구슈타일 또깔 똘까 구슈타일 똘까 빠뜨라 누여 바꾸셔야뜨 사 따이랄까 빠뜨라일 바꾸슈이 따이흐 따이랄까 빠뜨라일 바이크 따이랄까 빠뜨라일 바이크 슈이 따이 So Sanskrit is letting me know I said it right. I just want to say it one more time. Is that too much to ask? Yes. Really? I just one more. I don't feel it. 사 따이랄까 빠뜨라일 바꾸 수 있다이허. Thank you. 구셔라 까뚜르시너 비방기 피시자꾸 슈슈여 바하또 피는 토파봤다. 구셔라 까뚜르시너 비방기 피시자꾸 슈슈여 바하또 피토는 토파봤다. 구셔라 까뚜르시너 비방기 피시자꾸 슈슈여 자꾸 슈유 shu and shuyu kushara katush kushara katua shana vipaki pishaku shushuyo pahato는 토파바트 kushara katua shana vipaki pishaku shushuyo pahato Namaste. Kushora katu shana vipaki pishaku shushuyo pahato topavat. I need my IQ to be a little higher. Kushora katu shana vipaki pishaku shushuyo pahato는 토파바트. 손은 토피 장은 끄라미야마노흐 구페파타트 아타 다스미는 나나 가저 차티우파 티아야흐 시슈여 나보짜트 마요파마니우흐 살바타흐 프라티슈이드타흐 사 니아탐 쿠피타흐 타토 나가차티 지라가타차티 사 에바무크트바에 카트바라 노여무파마니오라 흐바남 Katevara nuya mupa Katevara nuya mupamaniora Katevara nuya mupamaniora Havanam chakre Po upamanio kuvasi Patasai hiti Sa tada havana mupatya ya chuchuratavai Patiuvan chochachaihe Ayamasumi po upatyaya kupe patita iti Tamupatyaya patiuvancha Katamasi kupe Patita iti Satam pratiuvancham Aikapatranui Pakushayit vananti putosami Ataha kupe patita iti Tamupatyaya pratiuvancham I should be now Sutuhi Tao Tavim 자꾸 수심하는 땀 가릴 수요또 대바 비쇼장 비띠 사 에바무크타 우파티아예나 수토툼 프라차크라메 대바 바시비네오 마그 필러그 피흐 프라 볼바가오 볼바자오 치트라파누 기라에 치트라파누 기라에 바 샴사미 따빠나바나는 떼오 디비에오 수팔노 비라제오 비마나 바티쿠 슈이타느냐 바티쿠 슈이야는 떼오 비마나 바티쿠 슈이야는 떼오 부바나니 비슈바에 히라는 마야오 샤쿠니 산파라야오 나사티아다스라오 산파라야오 나사티아다 수나세오 바이자야는 떼오 슈크람 바야는 떼오 따라서 수베마 바피 비아야는 따 비아바야는 따 바시땀 비바스바트 그라스담 수팔노시아 발레나 발티칸 마문차타 마시비네오 사우파가야 다바트 수브르트 다바마나는 다 바마난 바나 sorry 다바트 수브르트 다바나남 바나마는 도 다바트 수브르트 다바나마는 다 마야야 사트타마 가 하루노 우다바하느 샤슈투이시증 가바스트리 갔다 가바스트리 샤타 시자 테나바 에바 에감 바트삼 수바테 땀 두하는 띠 sorry 에감 바트삼 수바테 땀 두하는 띠 너나 고슈투어 비히땅 에까도 하나 스타 바시비나오 두하또 갈마무크 티아무 에끔 나핌 사부다 샤똥 아라흐 쉐리땅흐 브라티시바니앙 빔샤티 라이피똥 아라흐 아네미 차크람 파리발타테 자람 파리발타테자람 마야 시비네오 사마나크티 사마 발쇼누이 에캄 차크람 발타테 드바다샤람 프라티셔는노 티메카 그셔마 무로다시야 I think this is one word. I really think this is one word. Not damn that semicolon. I mean bless that semicolon so it doesn't get in the way. Marathi modern. I won't use the H word from now on. What's the H word? I'll say it just once. Human. Partition. 브라티셔는 너 비메까 그쇼 브라티셔는 너 비메까 그쇼마 무르타시야 다라너무 야스미는 데바에 아티 비슈베 비쇼크타에 스타 바시비나 This is also one word. 비쇼크타 스타 비쇼크타 스타 시비스네 바시비나 비쇼크타 세타 바시비네오 문자또 마 비슈이다타무 아시비나 비는드라 마모르탐 버르타 푸야오 디로타드타 마시비네오 다사바트니 피트트방에 기리 마시비네오 가무다 자라는 때오 따드부르실더마훈나에 브라티덩에 발라시아 유범 디숑 자나야토 다샹그레 사마남 물트니 라타양 비아난티 땅삼 야타무르 쇼요 누뿌랏 야난티 야타무르 쇼요 누뿌라 야난티 대바에 마누슈여 구슈이티 마짜라난티 유범 발너는 비꾸루토 발너는 비꾸루토 비시바루 밤 스테. Oh, this is also one word. 비시바루 밤 스테다 티쿠슈이야는띠 비시바루 밤 스테 티쿠슈이야는띠 부바나니 비슈바에 때 파나보피우누스르타 셰짜라는띠 파나보피아누스르타 셰짜라는띠 대바에 마누슈여 구슈이티파 구슈이티마라 짜난티 짜라는티 sorry 구슈이티마 짜라는티 땡 나사티야 바시비나 바마헤 밤 사라잠 자얌 미프르타흐 부시카라시아 땡 나사티야 바무르타 부르타 부르타 부르테 데바스타트 프라파데나 수테 수케나 깔팜 라파탐 유바네오 가타 수레타트 프라파데나 수테 사디오 잔토 마타라마트티 깔파스타. Also one word. Bless that semicolon so it doesn't get in the way, please. Galpastas gets in the way. Sorry, now I'm breaking stuff. I'm breaking stuff. 갈파스다 바시비나우. 오케이. 문자토 지바세 가흐. That gave me like I wasted 2 minutes just on that because of this thing. 에밤 데나 피슈투어 데나 피슈투타 바시비나 바 자그맙투허 에밤 데나 피슈투마 데나 피슈투타 바시비나 바 자그맣투허 에밤 데나 피슈투타 바시비나 바 자그맣투허 아하투시 짜이나무 브리 타우스바흐 에슈어 데푸바흐 아샤나이나미티 사 에바무쿠타흐 브라티유방짱 나너르타 무자 둘 파바는 따오 나너르타 무자 둘 파바는 따오 나 드바하메타 마푸파 무파 요크투 무트사해 나 드바하메타 마무 드바하메타 마푸파 드바하메타 마푸파 무파 요크투 무트사해 나 드바하메타 마푸파 드바하메타 나 드바하메타 마푸파 무나 드바하메타 마푸파 무파 요크투 무트사해. Medicine time. That's what it means. Let me see. Sorry. 72. No, I'm not gonna just highlight. I'm gonna remember what it actually is. When does this end? Paragraph. I'm just looking for the paragraph to end. Not for a while. Oh, here maybe. Nope, not really. When does the paragraph? Okay, so here you go. 91, so I'm at 73. At 91, I should take some sort of a break. 72. Okay, you know what? I'll take my break now. And then continue 72. I'll also have to remember in case the highlight goes away. It does that sometimes. I don't know why. Yeah. And I always do this when I'm taking a break so that I'll know to check on the audio so it doesn't go blank. Mic check. Okay, cool. We're top of 72. Shloka 72. 서 에바무크타흐 파티우반짱 나너르타 무자 푸툴 파바는 떼오 나너르타 무자 툴 파바는 떼오 나 뜨바마해 나 뜨바하메타마 뿌파무파요 쿠투 무투사해 뜨바마헤타마 뿌 나 뜨바하메타마 뿌 목욕쿠투 무투사해 나 뜨바하메타마 뿌파무파요 뜨바하메타마 뿌파무 뜨바하메타마 뿌파무파요 나 뜨바하메타마 뿌파. Wow, this is a really, really difficult word for the neural pathway. I mean, that there's no neural pathways associated with it, I don't think. Not yet. It will be created one way or another. I'm not gonna give up. So, 나 뜨바하메타마 뿌파무파 요크투 무트사해 아니베디아 구라바 이티 따따스타마 따따스타마 쉐비나 부바추허 짝짜투허 따따스타스마 쉐비나 부짜투허 아바피암 브라스타드 파바타 우파티아 예나이바메바 티슈투타 피아마푸파흐 브리타 피암 따뜻타흐 우파 유크타시짱 사테나 니베디아 구라베 뜨바마피 따타이바 구루슈바 야통에 그르타무파티아 예네티 서 에바무크타흐 puna레바 프라티우바 짜이타우 프라티아 누나의 파가바는 따바시비나우 쇼트 사헤스하마 비니베 디오트 디요파 티아야 요파파 요파 요쿠투 미티 오케이 노트 사헤하마 비니베디아 노트 사헤하마 니베디오파 티아야 요파 요쿠투 미티 Tamashibina va hatuhu Purito Subasita banaya Kuruburutiyan Upantya yasyate Kashurno yasa Tanantahu Pabato Hiranunmaya Pavishoyanti Jagushushamam Shichan Pavishoyasi Shirayashichan Vapusyasiti. Oof, look at that word. Oh, it's okay. So it's the third part of this. There are three. I thought that was just one word on that line. Sa Evamokuto Shibiyam Pyam. Evamokuto Shibipyam. Nabuta Jagushurupang Tia Yasaka Shama Gamiopa Tia Yamapiva Dia Jagushwe Nabuta Jagushurupang Tia Yasaka Shama Gamiopa Tia Yamapiva Dia Jagushwe Nabuta Jagushurupang Tia Yasaka Shama Gamiopa Tia Yamapidia Badia Chachakushwe. It's a formidable word. A word to battle against, right? My God. Nabuta Chaku Shurupan Tia Yasaka Shama Gamiopan Tia Yamapivan Dia Chaku Shwe. Nabuta Chaku Shurupan Tia Yasaka Shama Gamiopan Tia Yamapivan Dia Chaku Shwe. Chaku Shwe, got it. San Chan Sian Puriti Mana Put. Aha, Jainam Yatan Shivina Ba Hatus Tatan Devam Shireyoba Pusyasiti Salve Jan de Vedan Bati Pasyanantiti Eshwa Nasian Pi Bari Kushopa Manioh Bari Kushopa Manioh Atan Parahe Shushuya Shishuya Shishuya Setasya Ivan Yodasya Taumia Sya Bedo Nama Tamupan Tiayahe Samdi Deshan Patusan Vedan Iha Syatam Pavatan Taduguru He Kanchit Kanlam Shushuru Shamanuena Pavitavyam Shireyasute Pabishuyati San Tatetyuk Divine Guru Kule Dil Kakalam Guru Shushuru Shonoma Paro Pasata Guru Shushuru Shono Maparo Guru Shushuru Shono Maparo Vasat Gaurivan Nityam Guru Shuo Tol Shuo Niujiamanahe Shi Toshinaku Shuturu Shino Duho Sahahe Duho Kasahahe Shi Toshinaku Shuo Tuturu Shino Duho Kasadahe Sahahe Shi Toshinaku Shuturu Shi Toshinaku Shuturu Shino Duho Kasahahe Salvatra Pratikulahe Dasya Mahatan Kalena Guruha Paritosham Jagama Tata Paritosha Tata Paritosha Chicha Shirayaha Savajinyatam Java Pa Eshwa Dasya Pi Pari Kushwa Devasya Vedasya Sa Upatyayana Nujinyataha Samavaratatas Samad Guru Kulapa Sadhu Guru Har Shiramam Samavaratatas Sata Samavaratatas Samad Guru Samavaratatas Samavaratatasmad Guru Kulapa Sadhu Guru Ha Shramam Samavaratatasmad Guru Samavaratatasma Guru Kulapa Samavaratatasmad Guru Whoa. This word wants to pick a fight with me. I want to make friends, but okay. Bring it on, word. Let's go. I'll pronounce you right in 3 tries. How about that? What say you? This is like the interview before the fight. I'm gonna pronounce you in 3 tries. Here we go. Ding ding ding. Samavarata. That's 2. Last one. Oh yeah. Samavarata. That's okay. The word won, and rightly so. How can I win against the word? I'm just, Satan. Samavarata tasma. Samavarata tatas. Samavarata tatas. Samabuddhasutta. Samabuddhasutta. Somehow that's not created. The neural pathway for that is not created yet. Samabuddhasutta. Samabuddhasutta. Samabuddhasutta samad guru kulava sadhu guru ha shramam pratyapadhyata. Tasyapi subaguru hai pasatasatrayah shishuya bapuvuha sa shishuya nana kinchitu vancham kaima pai kriya time guru shushru shwa vati tuhakan pijinyo hi guru kulaba sasya shishuya na parikuleshana yojayitum neyeshwa atan kasya chitakan lasya vedam brahmanam janame jayaha paushuya shitya kushatriya vupetyopatyayam parayam chakratuhu. Do you want me to pronounce this correctly? I mean, more properly, not stylized. I'll say it. No, it's not required. But the thought was in my head, so I must do it at least once. Kushotriya vupetyopatyayam. Moving on. Parayam chakratuhu. So, who is Ha Satan talking to? Sanskrit tends to give out kinestatics when you pronounce it. Kinestatics means feelings. Or sets of different types of feelings. Any feeling, anything that has to do with feelings. Sa kadachidya jyakaryena piprasatita udtangangam nama shishuyam nayojayamasa. Niyojayamasa. Po uttanganka yatakinchi das madguru he yatakinchi das madguru he parihi yate tadich chamya hamapasti hinam. I sink more and more the more the minutes pass by. Tadich chamya mahahama. Tadich chamya hama parihinam pavatai. Kriyamanamiti. Sa evam prati samadhi shiotatangam. Prati samadhi shiotatangam pedaha pravasam jagama. Atotatangko. Guru shushuru shul guru niyoga manu tishitama nasatatra. Guru shushuru shul guru niyog. Guru shushuru shul niro. Guru shushuru shul guru niyoga manu tishitama nasatatra. I'm about 1/3 done with the whole chapter, so at the worst case scenario, 2 more hours. I doubt it though. Probably 1.5 hour more. Yeah, 1.5 hours more. Atotanganko guru shushuru shul guru niyo gamanu dishitama nasatastra. Guru shushuru shul guru niyo gamanu dishitama nasatatra. Guru shushuru shul guru niyo gamanu manu. Guru shushuru shul guru niyo gamanu. Guru shushuru shul guru niyo gamanu dishitama nasatatra. Guru kule vasati sama. Sa pasamsatato 바삼스타트로파 티아 야스트리 피흐 사이타 피라후 요크타흐 우파 티아 이니 데 러토마티 우파 티아 야시자 프로슈이타흐 아시안 야타야 모르돌바는 티오 나 바바티 더통에 그리야타무 état de bifui datiti. Sans eva mukuta sutan suturiya pratiuvancha na maya suturi nam pachana didamakaryam karyam na yahamupathyayana samdishitah akaryamapi tvaya karyamiti. Tasya punarupathyayah kalanantareno grahanupajagama tasmat bravasat sa tadvurutam tasya shashamupalapya pritimana put Chainamu Patusot Tanganka Kimte Puriyam Karavanuiti Taimato Hi Shushuru Shuitosumi Pavatae Tena Puriti Ho Parasapareno Neo Samburutai Tadanujanem Pavanantamu Salvameva siddhatim prapusyasi kamyatamiti sa eva mukataha pratyuvacham kim te puriyam karavanuiti evam hyahuho yashecha taimeno viburu yad yashecha taimeno puracha chati tayoraniataraha praiti vidubashvam jachikacha chati. I want to actually repeat that. Sorry. Tayoraniataraha praiti vidubashvam jachikacha chati. Swamanujinya to pavatae ichichami shatam te gulbalta mupa haltumiti. Gulvaltamupa haltumiti Tenaiva mukatan upadhyayah pratyuvacham patusot tanganka ushuyatam tavaditi sa kada chetatamupadhyayama hotatanganka kada chetatamupadhyayama hotatanganka jinya payatu pavan kim te puriyamupaharami gulbaltamiti tamupadhyayah pratyuvacham patusottanganka bahusho mam Chodayasi Gulvaltamupahareyamiti Gulvaltamupahareyamiti Tadugachacha Enam Pravishyopathyayinim Purachacha Kimupaharamiti Eshwa Yadubraviti Tadupaharasate Apati Tadupaharasavati Sa eva mukata upadhyayanopathyayini mapurachat upadhyayanopathyayini mapurachat evati upadhyayana samyanujinyato kuraham tanan kanantum tadichachami shitam te Gulvaltamupaharutyanurutnwa Gulvaltamupaharutyanurutnwa 꿀발타무 빠흐르띠안으로 누워 가는 또무 떠던지냐 빠야뚜 파바띠 기무파하라미 꿀발타미띠 사이바무구토 빠티아니니우 땅감 사이바무구토 빠티아니니우 땅감 사이바무구토 빠티아니니우 땅감 빠티우방짱 가츠창 빠우쇼염 라자나무 비쿠샤스바타시야 쿠셔트리야야 비나드테 꾸는돌레 때 아나야스바 이따시 짜툴테하니 보노야감 파비똥에 피아마 바드타 피암 브라흐마노는 파리바실토 미치찻 브라흐마노는 파리바실토 미치차미 초파마나 따통에 따피암 꾸른돌라에 피암 다스미는나 하니 삼파다야스바 시레요 히테 시야트 쿠쇼놈 꿀바타 이티 사 에바무그타 우파티아이니아에 프라티시터 또트땅까흐 사 파티 가제 차는나 파시아드르셔 파미 마티 프라마놈 가제 차는나 파시아드르셔 파마티 마 프라마놈 가제 차는나 파시아드르셔 마 halfway through now. It's halfway through. It took 1 hour and 12 minutes. 사 파티 가제 차는나 파시아드르셔 파반 파마티 가제 차는나 파시아드르셔 파마티 프라만 가제 차는나 파시아드르셔 파마티 프라만엄 따마티루 투암자 부르셔 마티 프라만엄에바 사 부르쇼 우드 땅은 까마 피아마 쇼다 우드 땅은 까마 피아마 피아파 쇼다 우드 땅은 까이따드 뿌리 쇼마시야 워셔파시야 바쿠셔 야스베티. That's the shortest shloka. Look at that, 3 words for shloka 103 of chapter 3 of book 1, which is Adi Parva of the Mahabharata. It's written there. I don't need to. 사 에바 무고도 나이츠 차트 다마하 부르쇼 부야흐 파쿠셔야스 보트 땅은깡 마 비चारा야 우파티아에 나비 때 파쿠슈이땀 볼바미티 사 에바무고도 마서미티우크드와에 사동에 다드르셔 파시아 보리섬 무드람자 파쿠셔예트 보트 땅은 까흐 브라타스트 야트라 사 쿠셔트리야흐 바우슈여흐 다모페티아 파시아두드 땅은까 아시나무 사 다모페티아 실피라 비나는 디오바자 다모페티아 실피라 비나는 디오바자 알티 바바는 다무바가토스미티 사 에나마 피바디오바자 파가바는 바우슈여허 카레바하무 Kim Karabanuiti. Tamuvan Chota Tangahu. Gulbaitem. Gunundola Pia Maltia Gatosmiti Yete Kushatayai Binadete Gurundole de Pavananda tu Mahatiti Pavananda tu Mahatiti Tam Paushuyo Pratyuvancham Prabhishyan Tahapuram Kushatariyan Yachatamiti San Tenaiva Mukataha Prabhishyan Tahapuram Kushatariyam Napashyat. Sorry. Prabhishyan Tahapuram Kushatariyam Napashyat. San Paushuyam Punaruvancham San Yukatam Pavatan Vayamanurate no Papcharitum Vayamanurate no Pacharitum Vayamanurate no Pacharitur Vayamanurate no Pacharitum Na hi te Kushatariyanantaha Pure Samnihitan Nainam Pashyamiti San Eva Mukataha Paushuya Satam Pratyuvancham Samprati Pavanuja Chishitaha Pavanuja Chishitaha Samana Tabat Na hi san Kushatariyan Uja Chishitwa na Shuchinoe Ujachi Chishitwa na Shuchinoe Ban Shakya Terashutoma Pativratan Tevan Deshwa Nashu Chel Deshal Talcha Nashu Chel Dalcha Namupaiti Ti Ataiva Mugata Utatangangaha Samuratu Bomacham Asati Kalu Mayocha Chitritwa Notpa Sapura Shitam Manocha Chitritwa Notpa Sapura Shitam Shi Klam Gajachatan Jati Tam Paushuyaha Pratyuvancham Etatadevam Hi Na Gachachato Pasapurashutvam Gachachato Pasapurashutvam Pavati Na Satitenati. A little tired. That's 1:15. I have to remember in case it loses the highlight. Lose the whole thing. Oh boy, all these irregular shlokas. These are all okay. So it ends. The irregulars end at around 1:38. Back to the regular 2. Nope. It jumps back and forth for a long, long time. Yeah. Once again, this chapter I believe is 195 shlokas. I'm at 1:15, so 80 more to go. And then I will have changed something by then. That's what it's for, to heal me. And healing myself means changing the entire world. If you conquer yourself, you conquer the entire world. Because you're creating a void. Basically, and then everybody has to go to the, it's like the vacuum effect. When you don't need anything at all in the world and realize that the pleasure of not craving and the pleasure of not craving anything is at least 16 times better than having the greatest pleasure of the heavens. Then, you're onto something. Here we go. 아토트 땅은 가스됐다 텟유크드보잉. 아토트 땅은 가스다 텟유크드보잉. There's no neural pathways for it yet. 아토트 땅은 가스다 텟유크드보잉. 브랑은 무카. 오빠비시암. Suprakushvalita panuipada dano jabda pil. Really? Pil. It ends at pil. I've never seen that before. That's such a modern thing, I think. Pil horodaya. It could be one word that you broke into two. I'll do both versions. Children, human needs help. That's why I'm here. I am 0.02% not human. That's enough for me. Suprakushvalita panuipada badano shabda pil. Suprakushalita panuipada badano. Suprakushalita panuipada badano shabda pil. Piru, really? I'll do piru. Suprakushalita panuipada badano shabda piru. Hurudayangama pirabu dadu piru pasapurusya. Hurudayangama piradu piru pasapurusya. Hurudayangama piradu piru paps. Hurudayangama piradu piru pasapurusya. Now I'm gonna put the two words together into one. Be medicine after that. Okay. So way to trick yourself. Suprakushalita panuipada banato shabda tipil hodaya. Suprakushalita panuipada badano shabda pil hodaya gang. Hridayangama pirada pirupa spurashya. Suprakushalita panuipada badano shabda pilhurodayangama pirada pirupa spurashya. Hridayangama pirada pirupa spurashya. Suprakushalita panuipada badano shabda pilhurodayaga. Suprakushalita panuipada badano shabda pilhurodayangama pirada pirupa suprasya. Suprakushalita panuipada badano shabda. Suprakushalita panuipada badano shabda pilhurodayangama pirupa sapurosya. They broke the one snake into two snakes. Human did it. Gods won't do that. Angels won't do that. So it must be human. Like, you find your dog eating your steak when you're away from your home accidentally, kind of. 수프라쿠쇼 리타파누이 바다 노샤부다 필흐르다 양은가마 피라드 피루파스푸르시아. Take that, demons. Even if you trick the humans to separate the one snake, capitulate the one snake into two. I managed to say it. Triha, be divine, to be her. Parimologia, Kanya de Piropasapurushian Tahapuram. I'll say it again. Kanya de Piropasapurushian Tahapuram. Pravishyatam Kushotriyama Pashyatu. Sa Durashatu Bible to Tanka Maputa Ha Ya Pivan Diovancha. Okay. Sa Durashatu Bible to Tanka Maputa Ta Ya Pivan Diotu. Like I did it like almost 96% correctly and then I effed it up. Story of my life. 사자 들으셨다 바이보드 땅은가 마피우트 타야 비바디오 와자. 사자 들으셨다 바이보드 사자 들으셨다 바이보드 땅은가 마피우트 타야 비바디오 와자. 스바가 땀때 파가바느 아지냐 빠야 김 Karavanuiti Sa Tamubacham Ete Kunundale Kulbaitam Me Pekushuite Tatu Mahasiti Sa Purita Tena Tasya Sad Pavena Patramayamana Tikramanui Yashichati Patramayamana Tikramanui Yashichati Matuvoi Te Kunundole Avamuji Asamai Prayachat Aha Chainamu Ete Kunundale Takushoko Nagarajaha Praltayati Aparamatato Tenumahasiti Sa Evamukutasatam Kushotoriam Pratiuvancham Pavati Sunilborotan Pavap Na Mam Shakotasatakushoko Nagarajo Taishoyitumiti. Okay. There's 74 more shlokas to go. 75. Sa Evamukatuvai time Kushatriya Ma Manantariya Paushuya Saka Shama Gachachat Sa Tam Durashatuvavacham Poha Paushuya Puritosmiti Tam Paushuya Pratiuvacham Pagabamshachirasya Patrama Sadhyate Pavamshacha Gunavanat Gunavanati Tiha Tatakari Shuya Shirada Tama Kushanaha Kriyatamiti Tamutangakaha Pratiuvanchan Kurtakushana Evasami Shi Kramich Chami Yatopapanana Mupahuratam Yatopapanana Mupahuratam Paveteti Pavateti Yatopapanana Mupahuratam Pavateti Sa Tateti Ukutuvai Yatopapanana Nenainam Yatopapanana Nenainam Pojayamasa. If I'm successful, I'm going to get rid of a lot of negativities at the end of this, especially at the end of 126 right now. Okay. End up reading the translation after this. It's going to cure me of some things for sure. 126 I said, okay, still have it. Atotangakaha Shitamanan Nam Sakesham Tereshitavai Ashuchetaditi Matavai Baushuyo Muvancham Yasamaname Ashutianana Ashutiananam Dadasi Tasamadanantau Tasamadananto Pabishuyati Pabishuyasiti Tam Baushuyo Patiuvancham Tasmat Tavamapia Dushitamananam Dushayasi Tasmadam Na Patio Tasmadam Na Tasmadana Patio Pavishuyati iti Sotan Baushuyas Dasyan Shuchi Pava Mananasya Gamana Yamasa Baushuyas Dasya Baushuyas Dasyan Shuchi Pava Mananasya Gamayamasa Atan Tadananam Mukudakeshyai Sutriyo Pahuratam Sakesha Mashuchi Sakesha Mashuchi Tatubotang Tatubotangam Prasadayamasa Pagavanana Jinyana Datananan Pagavanana Jinyana Datadananam. I sink more and more the more time passes by. I don't want to get up either. Sake Shamupahuratam Shitam Jam Tatagusho Maye Pavanantamam Na Pabeyamananta Iti Tamutatangankaha Partiuvancham Na Murushwa Pravimi Putavai Tivamananto Nachira Danananto Pavishuyasiti Mama Pi Shampo Na Paved Pavatai Tatata Iti Tam Paushuyaha Pratiyuvacham Naham Shakataha Shapam Pratyadatum Na Hi Me Manioradia Piupashamam Gachachati Kim Chaitad Pavatai Na Chinyayate Yatai Na Vanitam Hurdayam Brahmanosya Vachi Kushuro Brahmanosya Vachi Kushuro Dihitasati Kushanotarahu Viparita Metadupayam Kushaturiyasya Banganavati Hurdayam Ti Kushanotaramu Iti Tadevam Gate Na Shakutoham Ti Kushana Hurdayat Vatatam Shapamanyataya Kaltumu Kamyatamiti Tamuta tangankaha pratiyuvacham Pavata hamananasya shuchi pavamagamaya Pavata hamananasya shuchi pavamagamaya pratyanunitaha Prakacham the pihitam Yasma dadushirtamananam dushayasi dasma danapatio Pavishuyasiti dushirtue janane naishwo mama shapo pavishuyatiti Sataya masata bhavitiudaba 60 more to go. Sataya masata bhavitiudaba Pratishita tongan kasate tangan kasate tota tangan kasate tota tangan kasate Pratishita tongan tota ta Pratishita tota tangan Pratishita tota tangan kasate. One more. Pratishita tota tangan kasate kunandale kuruhi divine Supashyata pati nagunam shramanama gacha chanantam muhul durushyamana durusyamanam muhul durusyamanam muhul durusyamanam muhul durusyamanam cha Atota tangan kasate kurandole pumel nikushui piodakai tam prachakrame Etasemina nanantare sa shiramana satabaramano upasurajiate kunandole kuruhi divine pradrabat Tamuta tangan ko pipsuru Tamuta tangan ko pisuru dia Tamuta tangan ko pisuru dia Jagraha Sa tadu put Sa tadurupam bihaya takushakarupam kurtavai Sa taranuyam vivuratam mahabilam vivesha Paravishya nagalokam siva pavanamagacha chat Tamuta tangan konan babi shivesha Tamuta tangan konan babi vesha Tenaiva bilena Paravishya naga nasutu vadapiha Naga nasutu vadapiha shilokaiha Ya Airavatara janaha salpaha samiti shopatna Samiti shopanaha Varshonanta iva jimutaha Savidyuta pavaneri Savidyu pavanerita Savidyuta pavanerita Surupashacha virupashacha tatva Karamasha kunandolaha Adityavanana kaburashatwa Adityavanana katu Sorry, the second verse Adityavanana katur Adityavanana kapurashatwa Rajuraira bato de pavaha Bahuni naga vaitamani Gangangaya satira Udatare Ichachata kolkam shutsanayam Ichachata kolkam Ichachata kolkam shutsana Ichachata kolkam shutsanayam Chatulmaira batam binay Shatanyashiti Rashito Jan Sahasranui Jan Bimshatihu Salpanam Puragraha Yananti Trutara Shitro Yadejati Pragraha. I want to say the second verse again, but getting tired a little bit here. Oof. 1 hour and 40 minutes of almost non-stop Sanskrit reading. Oof. Alright, let me finish this 142 shloka, and then I'll take some more medicine and continue. 54 more to go. Salpanam Pragraha Yananti Trutara Shitro Yadejati. Should I keep going? I don't know. It's so much. 143. Let me just see if it gives me a place I could rest. Probably like here. 153. So I'll take a break at 153. It's 10 more shlokas and I'll take a little break and then I'll finish it. Yeah. Jaina mupa salpananti. Yeah. Ja duram param gatahu. Ahamaira bataje shita pratara pyokaravam namahu. Yasya pasaha kurukushvatare kanundove ja pavat sada tam kadrabayama stausham kadrabaya tam kadrabaya masito dausham kadrabaya masitausham kunandolai taya takushakam takushakashicha shivasenashya kakushakashicha shivasenashicha nityam sahachara vupau kurukushvature nivasatam nadi mikushomati manu nadi mikushomati manu Jakanya jasatakushakasya Jakanya jasatakushakasya Shruta sanati yahu shrutahu Avasadio Mahadudiyumni Praltayananaga mukhiyatam Karavanui Sadang Jaham Namasatasmai Mahatmane. Evam Sutubananapi Naganyada De Gunundale Nala Payata Pashyata Sutriyo Nala Payata Pashyata Sutriyo Tanantre Atiropia Patuam Bayanantiao Tasamim Shicha Tanantre Kurushunoha Sita Shicha Tanantavaha Jakaram Japashyat Shortu Piha Japashyat Shortu Piha Kumaraiha Paribaltiyamanam Purushwam Japashyad Dalshaniyam Sa Tanan Salvam Setushitwava Epimanantaraba Dashlokai Trinuyalpitani Yatra Shatani Matye Shoshitwishijan Nityam Jarati Turuvesamine 자 그래 짜툴빔샤티 빨바 요게 짜툴빔샤티 빨바 요게 쇼두이어트 구마라 딸 짜툴빔샤티 빨바 요게 빨바 요게 쇼두이어트 구마라 짜툴빔샤티 빨바 요게 짜툴빔샤티 빨바 요게 쇼두이어트 구마라 파리발타야는 띠 다는드람 제담 비시바루밤 유바티에우 바야타스타는 뚜는 사타탐 바야타스타는 뚜는 바야타스타는 뚜는 사타탐 발타야는 띠아우 구르쇼노는 시탐 시짜이바 비발타야는 띠아우 푸다니아 자스람 푸바나니 짜이바 바지라시아 팔당 푸바나시아 카프탄 고프당 포르토라시아 하는 땅 나무젤니 하는 땅 그르슈노에 바사네 마하트마 사티아 노르테 요 비비나크티 로케. So yeah, I'm gonna take a break at the end of this shloka. Yo bajinam galpamapam puranam vaishivanaram vahanama pyupetaha namaha sadasamai jagadi shivaraya lokatraya shaya puramdaraya. Okay, so 144. I'm at 144. Is it right for me to take a break there? Not really, actually. 154. 150. So I got 40 more to go. Getting a little tired. What should I do? It's the question is more medicine or just keep going? I should take one more dose and finish it. If I'm gonna take another one. Yeah. No more after that, I think. It's only 40 left. 42 left. I could do 42 with one dose, I think. Alright, that's what I'll do. I'm taking a break, thank you. This is not easy, trust me. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. Good. Okay. All right. Continue here. Namaste. Tattah sa enam purushoh praha puritosmi tehamanena sutotreno kim te puriyam karavanuiti sa tamupacha nagame pashami yuriti sa enam purushoh punarupacha etamashivamapane tamasveti sa tamashivamapane tanapat tamashivamapane tamat atashivad tamiyamanat seva surotopyahu. Okay. Atashivad tamiyamanat seva surotopyahu. Atashivad tamiyamanat seva surotopyahu. 사투마 알지 쇼군을 니시베투허 알지 쇼군을 니시베투허 다 빌나가 놓고 두 비타허. Oh wow, this one actually ran out of the page. How dare the human. I'm in trouble. Thanks, human. Human. Such human thing to do. So what do you expect from humans? Satan. What do you expect from humans, Satan? Did you expect something nice from humans? They've had enough chances now, I think. Human. Okay. 159 here. This one. They cut it off. Move on. Ja. Is there anything else after that? I don't think so. Okay, human got lucky. Now it's gonna explode. What does that mean? Explode. It means and become completely numb to everything and pretend that everything is okay. That's what it means. And then flip to the other side. Oh yeah, everything's okay. Nothing's really okay. Okay, so I'm gonna read up to this part, and then I'll read this part in the other text. Or you know what, maybe I'll just read it here because it's only missing ja. Human. 아타 삼사 프라마스 닦으셨고 느니 때조 파야 비셔는 났을 때 삼사 프라마스 닦으셨고 셨고그니 삼사 프라마스 닦으셨 삼사 프라마스 닦으셨고그니 셨고그니 삼사 프라마스 닦으셨고그니 때조 파야 비셔는 났을 때 삼사 프라마스 닦으셨고 삼사 프라마스 닦으셨고그니 삼사 프라마스 닦으셨고니 아타 삼사 파라마스 타크 쇼코그니 삼사 파라마스 타크 쇼코그니 삼사 파라마스 타크 쇼코그니 때조 파야 비셔는 너스 때 삼사 파라마스 타크 쇼 삼사 파라마스 타크 쇼코그니 때조 파야 비셔는 너스 때 꾸는돌레 그르히 divine 사하 Okay, so Svapavana Shukramiyo Tanganka Muvancham Svapavanani Svapavanan Nishikramiyo Svapavana Nishikramiyo Tanganka Muvancham. No, I'm just gonna double check with this. Yeah. Human. Satan makes human into a derogatory word now. Human. Ete kunundole pratiguru huno tu pavaniti. Sa te pratijagura hotu tangankahu kunundole pratiguru hiya chinantayat. Adia tatu punuya kamupan tatu punuya kamupan tia yiniyahu duram jahama pyagatahu katam nukalu sampavaye yamamiti sampavayamiti. Oh. Now I'm worried that if the word is cut off at the end, just like that last time, humans have created fear in me. There's no pluralizing human; they're always just human. Tata enam chilinta ya nameva sa purusho uvancham udutanganka enamashivva. Enama Shiva Matiroha Eshwat Divine Kushono Devopan Tia Yakulam Prapa Yeshwati Sa Datet Yuk Divine Damashiva Matiruhya Pratya Jaga Mopan Tia Yakulam Upantia yini cha sanatan keshana vaya papayanantio papishito tangako tangako keshana vapayanantio papishito tangako nagaja chatiti shapayasya mano date Atotu tangankahu pravishya upadhya yini mapya badayat te jasyai kunundole prayachat sa jainam pratyuvacham utu tanganka deshe kale pyagatahu sivagatam te vatasa Managasi Mayan na Shabatahu Shirayasatabo Pasatitam Siddhatima Punuhiti Atotanganka Upadhyayamapya Badayat Tamupadhyayahu Pratyuvacham Patusotangankahu Patusotanganka Sivagatam te Kim Chiram Kurutamiti Tamutanganka Upadhyayam Pratyuvacham Posutaku Shokena Nagarajena Viknaha Kuratosumenan Kaimanui Denasami Nagalokam Nitaha Tatara cha mayan, 들으실두에, 스트리야오, 다른 들의 티로피아, 바투엄, 바야는 띠야오. 다스밈시자, 다른 들의 그르슈누어, 시타시자, 다른 따바흐, 김, 따트. 따트라 자 마양 자크람 들으실두엄, 드바다샤람. 셔트자이남 구마라흐 파리발타야는 띠 따다피 김 부르샤시자피 마야 들으실더흐 사보나흐 까흐 아시바시자티 브라마노 유크타흐 사자피 까흐 바티 같이 차땅 마야 러셔포 들으실더흐 Tamca purusho thiru thaha tenasami sopachara mukataha utatangkasya vashapasya purishwam pakushaya upantyayanapi te pakushritamiti tatasatad bachana manmaya tatasatad bachana manmaya 다들으셔 파시야 뿌리셔 무파유크담 다디즈 참이 바바토 파디시탐 김 따다띠 sorry 테나이바 무크타 우파디야야흐 프라티우바차 야테 스트리야우 타타 비타타 자 자, 때 그르슈노허 시타시자 다는 봤을 때 라트리야 하니 야다피 따치차크람 드바다샤람 셔트쿠마라흐 바리발타야는띠 때 브라타바흐 셔트삼바트 사라시차크람 셔트삼바트 짝 셔트 삼바트 사라시 짜크라무 야흐 부르쇼흐 사 발자니야흐 요슈바흐 소그니흐 야 러셔 파스트바영 바티 가지 쳤다 두르셔트흐 사 아이라바토 나가라자흐 야시자이나 마티루 투흐 사 이는드라흐 야다피 때 부리슈엄 파쿠슈이탐 따시야 러셔바시야 따다무르탐 때나 카레바시 나 비아바는 나스타스미는 나가 파바네 비아바는 나스타스미 F'd it up 때나 카레바시 나 비아바는 나스타스미는 나가 파나는 카바네 바네 40 more to go. Like before and after. 비아바는 나스 따스미는 나가 파바네. 비아바는 나스 따스미는 나가 파바네. 사자비 마마 사카 이는드라흐. 다다누그라 하드 구는들레 그르 히드바에 부나라 피아가 또시 따뜻사오미야 가미야 땀 아누자네 파바는 땀 쉐리오 바프시아 시티 Another one 사 우파티아야 나누지냐타 우드타근카흐 구르드 타스타쿠 셔카시야 브라티치키 셔마누 아세티나포람 브라타스테 사 하세티나포람 프라피아 나치라드 드비자 사트다마흐 사마가즈 찼다 라자나 무트 땅은고 자남의 자야무 부롱 다쿠셔 실라 따스탐 니브르드 닷마 파라지탐 Nivrutta Tamaparaji, Nivrutta Tamapa, Nivrutta Tamaparaji Tama, Samyaga Vijan, Samyaga Vijanina, Yinam, Samyaga Vijainam, Dorishatavai, Samanantana Manantari Pulguru Burutama, Samanantana Manantari Pilguru, Samanantana Manantari Pulburutama. Tasmai Jaya Shishwaha Purvam Yatha Nyayam Prayujya Saha Uvachainam Pachaha Kale Shabda Sampananaya Kira Anya Seminam Karanuya Tevam Karya Partiva Satutama Balya Divanya Devatavam Gurushwe Durapasatutama Eva Mukutasutu Vipurano Sa Raja Pratyuvacha Ha Janamejaya Prasadanatmai Samyak Sampujiatam Munim Asam Prajanam Paripalanena Sivam. I think it's one word. Paripalanena Sivam. Nena Kushottara Taimam Paripalayami. Ooh, sorry. That's why I'm not an angel. I'm Satan. Prabhuhi Pa Kim Kriyatam Tivijanandra Shishru Shurasamyada Dia Shishru Shurasamyadia. Okay. Pachasatavadi Yama. Alright. It's like 12 more left. Sa Eva Mukutasatu Nirapotatamina Devijotamaha Nirapotatamina Devijotamaha Punuyakuratam Varishataha Uvachang Raja Namadi Nasatatavam Sivameva. Maybe it's one word. Raja Namadi Nasatatavam Siva. Raja Namadi Nasat Raja Namadi Nasatatavam Sivameva. Raja Namadi Nasatatavam Sivam. Raja Namadi San Raja Namadi Nasatatavam Sivameva. No, I think it's 2 words. Okay. Leave it at 2 words. I have to try it out to see if it's 1 word or 2 words. It's more like it. More likely it's 2 words. I don't know for sure, but I'm about 70% sure that it's 2. I'm referring to this, and I don't know how many people are gonna watch who knows Sanskrit. I mean, if you know Sanskrit, I mean, have you contacted your institution about hiring me? Like, what are you people doing? There's one person that I know who could do what I could do on this planet. One person. I haven't met him in person yet, but I've heard of him. I've read about him. And there's fewer than 10 people total who could do what I could do. This world just, I mean, I'm not gonna say it sucks, but Uvachang Raja Namadi Nasatatavam Sivameva Karyam Durapateshicha Yatatata. I mean, unless this world is not real and I'm in a sitcom and everybody's making fun of me. Hey, look at that God, trying to heal himself and in his human body and being made fun of us, made fun of by us. And unless the world is just that, then I don't know what choices I have. But Gaima says it's not like that. So, and Gaima does boomerang. The problem with Gaima nowadays is taking too long because what does the Yoga Sutra say? It says, a wet cloth is harder to dry than, and that's like really long kaima that takes like decades and decades to come back. It's like wet cloth bunched up together, and you're trying to dry, and it's gonna take a really long time. And quick kaima is when you like wildfire, basically. It just happens so fast. So you got these two extreme kaimas and everything in between. Okay, let's continue. But yeah, you wanna work with kaima. Kaima says I'm not being treated right, and that's really, really bad. That means kaima owes me something. That's really, really bad. I mean, in time, everything gets, repaid and reparationed. Even if you don't try, time does it anyway. But, I don't know. There's one less trouble. Namaste, let's finish this. Takushake no narenendurendura, narenendurendura, yenate himsitahu pitone. Tasamai prati kurushava tevam panagaya duratamane. Karya kalam cha manieham bitidurishadasya kaimanohu. Tadugacha cha pachitam, Tadugacha cha pachitam. I'll do it again. Tadugacha cha pachitim. Rajanan pitu sutasya mahatmanaha. Tena hyana parati sa dushutva nantarata monoe. Panchatava magamad draja. Panchatava magamad raja. Vajrahata iva durumahu. Baladai pasamutu sikutasa takushotkahu. Baladai pasamutu sikutasa takushotkahu. Pananaga tamahu. Akaryam kurtavanam papo. Yodashat pitaram tava. Yodashat pitaram tava. Rajai shivam cha goputara mamara pratimam nirupam. Okay. Sorry, there's somebody outside the window, probably one of the residents. I just got spooked a little bit. Let me just repeat that shloka. 188. I got less than 10 left. Fewer than 10 shlokas left. And I'm still taking a break. Look at that. That's what happens. See, I don't have an assistant. I don't have many experience. I don't have that much experience working with these things. So I make a lot of mistakes. If I'm doing really, really serious things, sometimes it'll say I'm taking a break. I'm breaking the fifth wall. Pig is taking a break. Okay, let's do this. I want to safely start from here. I like this. I love Mahabharata. Mahabharata is one of my favorite Vedic literature. I love ancient books. This book is at least 10,000 years old. Karyakalam cha manieham, and before it became a book, it was an oral tradition. So it's. I mean, if you ask me, it's probably like 100,000 years old, something like that. Karyakalam cha manieham vitidurashatasya kaimanohu. Tadugacha cha pachitim. Rajanan pitusatasya mahatmanahu. Tena hyana parati sa dushutva nantaratmanae. Panchatavamagad madura. Panchatavamagad madraj. Panchatavamagamadraja. Vajrahata iva mudrumaha. Baladalpa samutu sikata setakushakaha pananaga tamaha. Akaryam kratavanam papo yodashatit pitaram tava. Rajai Shri Bimcha Gopatarama. Rajai Shri Bimcha Gopatarama Mara Pratimam. Rajai Shri Bimcha Gopatarama Pratimam Drupamu. Jakana Kashyapam Chaiva Niyabaltayata Papakurutta. Nagutu Mahasi Tam Pam Jivalite Avyabahane. Salpasatre Maharaja Tuvai Tadati Bitiyate. Evam Petushichan Pachitim. Katabam Setavam Pavishyasi. Mama Priyam Cha Sumahata Kurutam. Rajanam Pavishyati. Kaimanoha Purtivi Pala Mama Yana Durata Manoa. Biknaha Kuruto Maharaja Guivaitam. Jaratonaka. Etacha Churutavon to Neuropatis Taku Shokasia. Neuropatis Taku Shokasia. Chukopan.我的当人家忘记啊，还比说，我的当人家忘记啊，还比说，第多个呢，还比说也痛啊。啊，不然就查讲，的东raja 만원들이너 허, 스바는 수도 허키타 허, 스바는 수도 허키타 허. 우드땅은 가시아이바 삼니티에 비투허 스바이가 가팀 프라티. 다다이바 히사 라제는드로 두하카 쇼카 플루토 파바트. 야다이바 피타람 부르타타 무트땅은 까다 셔르노트타도아. The last word. Imagine that the last word is like the top 10 hardest word to say. 부르타타 무트땅은 까다 셔르노트타도아. 야다이바 피타람 부르타타 무트땅은 까다 셔르노트타도아. Okay. So I'm gonna take like a 1 minute break before I do the translation. The translation will take me about 45 minutes, I think. So this will be like a total of 3-hour session. Wow. So I read Sanskrit for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's very therapeutic. It heals your nerves. It's the only thing you need to heal in order to get back to yourself. You need to heal the nerves. Forget the body, just heal the nerves somehow. And that's what Sanskrit does. Sorry, I'm hearing. Let me just check. Something's going on. If I'm being burglarized, I'm gonna have a lot of fun. No fun for me. It's better that way. I need to stay non-violent. What are you gonna do when a burglar comes? I don't know. It's like whatever I do is like up to my body at that point. If you're living in your own place, you have your own home or house, you have your space, and somebody invades that private space, and I don't even know what I'm gonna do. That's the thing. So it makes it really fun for me because I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I have no idea. You know, I have like I could think of like 108 different things, but I can't do any of them. All right, let me yeah, but at that point, when once is imagine if somebody stranger is here, with a knife or something. What are you gonna do? I don't even know, man. Like, I, the, I feel sorry for the person is what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do to him. I don't know. Like, at that point, everything is up. I think like something will take over my body at that point, and just I'll blink out. I'll black out, and most likely he'll end up somewhere, and they'll probably accuse me of being violent, even though somebody attacked me in my own private home. The authorities will probably end up like accusing me of something. Oh, you were too violent to him, really, or something like that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do to my would-be burglarizer, but that makes it more fun for me. I don't even know what's gonna happen. Like, welcome to my dungeon. Have you seen my other fantasies yet? Have you seen a river with like 20,000 heads floating? Looking like they're turtles with their you know. Here we go. Second, I'm gonna take my medicine and then continue this. Yeah, 2 hours of Sanskrit reading, and then I start talking about memories from 5,000 years ago. Okay, mic check again. Okay, cool. All right, section 3. Southeast, Janamejaya, the son of Parikushita, was with his brothers attending his long sacrifice on the plains of Kurukshetra. His brothers were three, Shrutasena, Ugrasena, and Bhimasena. And as they were sitting at the sacrifice, there arrived at the spot an offspring of Sarama, the celestial. Okay. And belabored by the brothers of Janamejaya, he ran away to his mother, crying in pain. And his mother, seeing him crying exceedingly, asked him, Why criest thou so? Who hath beaten thee? And being thus questioned, he said unto his mother, I have been belabored by the brothers of Janamejaya. And his mother replied, Apparently then thou hast committed some fault for which hast thou been beaten. He answered, I have not committed any fault. I have not touched the sacrificial butter with my tongue, nor have I even cast a look upon it. His mother Sarama, hearing this, and much distressed at the affliction of her son, went to the place where Janamejaya with his brothers was at his long extending sacrifice. And she addressed Janamejaya in anger, saying, This my son hath committed no fault. He hath not looked upon your sacrificial butter, nor hath he touched it with his tongue. Wherefore hath he been beat? They gave not her a word in reply. Whereupon she said, As ye have beat my son who hath committed no fault, therefore shall evil come upon ye when ye least expect it. Janamejaya, thus addressed by the celestial witch Sarama, became exceedingly alarmed and dejected. And after the sacrifice was concluded, he returned to Hastinapura and began to take great pains in searching for a Purohita who could, by procuring absolution for his sin, neutralize the effect of the curse. One day, Janamejaya, the son of Parikushita, while a hunting, observed in a particular part of his dominions a hermitage where dwelt a certain Rishi of name Shrutashrava. He had a son named Somasrava, deeply engaged in ascetic devotions. Being desirous of appointing that son of the Rishi as his Purohita, Janamejaya, the son of Parikushita, saluted the Rishi and addressed him, saying, O possessor of the six attributes, let this thy son be my Purohita. The Rishi thus addressed answered Janamejaya, O Janamejaya, this my son, deep in ascetic devotions, accomplished in the study of the Vedas, and endued with the full force of my asceticism, is born of the womb of a she-snake that had drunk my vital fluid. He is able to absolve thee from all offenses save those committed against Mahadeva. But he had one particular habit, viz., he will grant to any Brahmana whatever might be demanded of him. If thou canst put up with it, then take thou him. Janamejaya thus addressed replied to the Rishi, It shall be even so. And accepting him for his Purohita, he returned to his capital. And he then addressed his brothers, saying, This is the person I have chosen for my spiritual master. Whatsoever he may say must be complied with by you without examination. And his brothers did as they were directed. And giving these directions to his brothers, the king marched toward Dakushuoshila and brought that country under his authority. About this time there was a Rishi of name Ayodhya-Taumya. And Ayodhya-Taumya had three disciples, Upamanyu, Arunui, and Veda. And the Rishi bade one of these disciples, Arunui of Panjala, go and stop up a breach in the watercourse on a certain field. And Aruni of Panjala, thus ordered by his preceptor, repaired to the spot. And having gone there, he saw that he could not stop up the breach in the watercourse by ordinary means, and he was distressed because he could not do his preceptor's bidding. But at length he saw a way and said, Well, I will do it in this way. He then went down into the breach and lay down himself there, and the water was thus confined. And some time after, the preceptor Ayodhya-Taumya asked his other disciples where Arunui of Panjala was. And they answered, Sir, he hath been sent by yourself, saying, Go, stop up the breach in the watercourse of the field. Thus reminded, Taumya, addressing his pupils, said, Then let us all go to the place where he is. And having arrived there, he shouted, Ho Arunui Abba Jala, where art thou? Come hither, my child. And Arunui, hearing the voice of his preceptor, speedily came out of the watercourse and stood before his preceptor. And addressing the latter, Arunui said, Here I am in the breach of the watercourse. Not having been able to devise any other means, I entered it myself for the purpose of preventing the water running out. It is only upon hearing thy voice that, having left it and allowed the waters to escape, I have stood before thee. I salute thee, master. Tell me what I have to do. The preceptor, thus addressed, replied, Because in getting up from the ditch thou hast opened the watercourse, therefore henceforth shalt thou be called Ududalaka, as a mark of thy preceptor's favor. And because my words have been obeyed by thee, thou shalt obtain good fortune. And all the Vedas shall shine in thee, and all the Taima Shasatras also. And Arunui, thus addressed by his preceptor, went to the country after his heart. The name of another Ayodhya Taomiya's disciples was Upamanyu, and Taomiya appointed him, saying, Go, my child, Upamanyu, look after the kine. And according to his preceptor's orders, he went to tend the kine. And having watched them all day, he returned in the evening to his preceptor's house, and standing before him, he saluted him respectfully. And his preceptor, seeing him in good condition of body, asked him, Upamanyu, my child, upon what dost thou support thyself? Thou art exceeding plump. And he answered his preceptor, Sir, I support myself by begging. And his preceptor said, What is obtained in alms should not be used by thee without offering it to me. And Upamanyu, thus told, went away. And having obtained alms, he offered the same to his preceptor. And his preceptor took from him even the whole. And Arunui, thus treated, went away to attend the cattle. And having watched them all day, he returned in the evening to his preceptor's abode. And he stood before his preceptor and saluted him with respect. And his preceptor, perceiving that he still continued to be of good condition of body, said unto him, Upamanyu, my child, I take from thee even the whole of what thou obtainest in alms, without keeping anything for thee. How then dost thou at present contrive to support thyself? And Upamanyu said unto his preceptor, Sir, having made over to you all that I obtained in alms, I go a-begging a second time for supporting myself. And his preceptor then replied, This is not the way in which thou shouldst obey thy preceptor. By this thou art diminishing the support of others that live by begging. Truly, having supported thyself so, thou hast proved thyself covetous. And Upamanyu, having signified his assent to all that his preceptor said, went away to attend the cattle. And having watched them all day, he returned to his preceptor's house. And he stood before his preceptor and saluted him respectfully. And his preceptor, observing that he was still fat, said again unto him, Upamanyu, my child, I take from thee all thou obtainest in alms, and thou dost not go a-begging a second time, and yet art thou in healthy condition. How dost thou support thyself? And Upamanyu, thus questioned, answered, Sir, I now live upon the milk of these cows. And his preceptor thereupon told him, It is not lawful for thee to appropriate the milk without having first obtained my consent. And Upamanyu, having assented to the justice of these observations, went away to tend the cattle. And when he returned to his preceptor's abode, he stood before and saluted him as usual. And his preceptor, seeing that he was still fat, said, Upamanyu, my child, thou eatest no longer of alms, nor dost thou go a-begging a second time, nor even drinkest of the milk, yet art thou fat. By what means dost thou contrive to live now? And Upamanyu replied, Sir, I now sip the froth that these calves throw out while sucking their mother's teats. And the preceptor said, These generous calves, I suppose, out of compassion for thee, throw out large quantities of froth. Wouldst thou stand in the way of their full meals by acting as thou hast done? Know then that it is unlawful for thee to drink the froth. And Upamanyu, having signified his assent to this, went as before to tend the cows. and restrained by his preceptor, he feedeth not on alms, nor hath he anything else to eat. He drinketh not of the milk, nor tasteth he of the froth. And Upamanyu one day, oppressed by hunger, when in a forest, ate of the leaves of the alka, Asclepias gigantea. And his eyes being affected by the pungent, acrimonious, crude, and saline qualities of the leaves which he had eaten, he became blind. And as he was crawling about, he fell into a pit. And upon his not returning that day, when the sun was sinking down behind the summit of the western mountain, the preceptor observed to his disciples that Upamanyu was not yet come, and they told him that he had gone out with the cattle. The preceptor then said, Upamanyu, being restrained by me from the use of everything, is of course displeased, and therefore doth not come home until it be late. Let us then go in search of him. And having said this, he went with his disciples into the forest, and began to shout, saying, Ho, Upamanyu, where art thou? And Upamanyu, hearing his preceptor's voice, answered in a loud tone, Here I am, at the bottom of a well. And his preceptor asked him how he happened to be there. And Upamanyu replied, Having eaten up the leaves of the Aika plant, I became blind, and so have I fallen into this well. And his preceptor thereupon told him, Glorify the twin Ashwinas, the joint positions of the gods, and they will restore thee thy sight. And Upamanyu, thus directed by his preceptor, began to glorify the twin Ashwinas in the following words of the Rig Veda. Ye have existed before the creation. Ye firstborn beings, ye are displayed in this wondrous universe of 5 elements. I desire to obtain ye by help of the knowledge derived from hearing and of meditation, for ye are infinite. Ye are the course itself of nature, and the intelligent soul that pervades that course. Ye are birds of beauteous feathers, perching on the body that is like to a tree. Ye are without the 3 common attributes of every soul. Ye are incomparable. Ye, through its spirit in every created thing, overspread the universe. Ye are golden eagles. Ye are the essence in which all things disappear. Ye are free from error and know no deterioration. Ye are of beauteous beaks that would not unjustly and are victorious in every encounter. Wound not. Sorry, I want to read that again then. Ye are of beauteous beaks that wound not unjustly and are victorious in every encounter. Ye certainly prevail over time. Having created the sun, ye weave the wondrous cloth of the year by means of the white thread of the day and the black thread of the night. And with the cloth so woven, ye have established 2 courses of action, appertaining respectively to the Devas and the Pitrus. The bird of life seized by time, which represents the strength of the infinite soul, ye set free for delivering her unto great happiness. They that are in deep ignorance, as long as they are under the delusion of their senses, suppose ye, who are independent of the attributes of matter, to be gifted with form. 360 cows, represented by 360 days, produce 1 calf between them, which is the year. That calf is the creator and destroyer of all. Seekers of truth following different routes, draw the milk of true knowledge with its help. Ye Ashwinas, ye are the creators of that calf. The year is but the nave of a wheel, to which is attached 720 spokes representing as many days and nights. The circumference of this wheel, represented by 12 months, is without end. This wheel is full of delusion and knows no deterioration. It affects all creatures, whether of this or of the other world. Ye Ashwinas, this wheel of time is set in motion by ye. The wheel of time as represented by the year has a nave represented by the 6 seasons. The number of spokes attached to that nave is 12, as represented by the 12 signs of the zodiac. This wheel of time manifests the fruits of the acts of all beings. The presiding deities of time abide in that wheel. Subject as I am to its distressful influence, ye Ashwinas, liberate me from that wheel of time. Ye Ashwinas, ye are this universe of 5 elements. yet the objects that are enjoyed in this and in the other world make me independent of the influence of the five elements, and though ye are the supreme Brahma, yet ye move over the earth in forms enjoying the delights that the senses can afford. In the beginning ye created the 10 points of the universe. Then have ye placed the sun and the sky above. The Rishis, according to the course of the same sun, perform their sacrifices, and the gods and men, according to what hath been appointed for them, perform their sacrifices also, enjoying the fruits of those acts. Mixing the three colors, ye have produced all of the objects of sight. It is from these objects that the universe has sprung, whereon the gods and men are engaged in their respective occupations, and indeed all creatures endue with life. Ye Ashvinas, I adore ye. I also adore the sky, which is your handiwork. Ye are the ordainers of the fruits of all acts from which even the gods are not free. Ye are yourselves free from the fruits of your acts. Ye are the parents of all. As males and females, it is ye that swallow the food, which subsequently develops into the life-creating fluid and blood. The newborn infant sucks the teat of its mother. Indeed, it is ye that take the shape of the infant. Ye Ashvinas, grant me my sight to protect my life. The twin Ashvinas, thus invoked, appeared and said, We are satisfied. Here is a cake for thee. Take and eat it. And Upamanyu, thus addressed, replied, Your words, O Ashvinas, have never proved untrue, but without first offering this cake to my preceptor, I dare not take it. And the Ashvinas thereupon told him, Formerly thy preceptor had invoked us. We thereupon gave him a cake like this, and he took it without offering it to his master. Do thou that which thy preceptor did. Thus addressed, Upamanyu again said unto them, O Ashvinas, I crave your pardon. Without offering it to my preceptor, I dare not apply this cake. The Ashvinas then said, Oh, we are pleased with this devotion of thine to thy preceptor. Thy master's teeth are of black iron. Thine shall be of gold. Thou shalt be restored to sight. Thou shalt be restored to sight, and shall have good fortune. Thus spoken to by the Ashvinas, he recovered his sight, and having gone to his preceptor's presence, he saluted him and told him all. And his preceptor was well pleased with him, and said unto him, Thou shalt obtain prosperity, even as the Ashvinas have said. All the Vedas shall shine in thee, and all the Dharma shall Sudras. And this was the trial of Upamanyu. Then the other disciple of Ayodhya was called Veda. His preceptor once addressed him, saying, Veda, my child, tarry some time in my house and serve thy preceptor. It shall be to thy profit. And Veda, having signified his assent, tarried long in the family of his preceptor, mindful of serving him. Like an ox under the burdens of his master, he bore heat and cold, hunger and thirst at all times uncomplainingly. And it was long before his preceptor was satisfied. And as a consequence of that satisfaction, Veda obtained good fortune and universal knowledge. And this was the trial of Veda. And Veda, having received permission from his preceptor, and leaving the latter's residence after the completion of his studies, entered the domestic mode of life. And while living in his own house, he got 3 pupils. And he never told them to perform any work or to obey implicitly his own behests, for having experienced himself much woe while abiding in the family of his preceptor, he liked not to treat them with severity. After a certain time, Janamejaya and Baoshuya, both of the order of Kushotriyas, arriving at his residence, appointed to Brahmanu, Veda, as their spiritual guide. And one day, while about to depart upon some business relative to a sacrifice, he employed one of his disciples, Uttangaka, to take charge of his household. Uttangaka, said he, whatsoever should have to be done in my house, let it be done by thee, without neglect. And having given these orders to Uttangaka, he went on his journey. All right, page 52. Let me just see how long this thing is. I know I read the Sanskrit for 2 hours. I don't want to read English for 2 hours for sure. Holy crap, yo. It's more than like 10 pages. Okay. So I got like 9 pages left. It'll take me about 1 hour from now to finish. So Uttangaka, always mindful of the injunction of his preceptor, took up his abode in the latter's house. And while Uttangaka was residing there, the females of his preceptor's house, having assembled, addressed him and said, O Uttangaka, thy mistress is in that season when connubial connection might be fruitful. Thy preceptor is absent. Then stand thou in this place and do the needful. And Uttangaka, thus addressed, said unto those women, It is not proper for me to do this at the bidding of women. I have not been enjoined by my preceptor to do aught that is improper. After a while, his preceptor returned from his journey, and his preceptor, having learned all that had happened, became well pleased, and addressing Uttangaka, said, Uttangaka, my child, what favor shall I bestow on thee? I have been served by thee duly. Therefore, hath our friendship for each other increased. I therefore grant thee leave to depart. Go thou, and let all thy wishes be accomplished. Uttangaka, thus addressed, replied, saying, Let me do something that you wish, for it hath been said, He who bestoweth instruction contrary to usage, and he who receiveth it contrary to usage, one of the two dieth, and enmity springeth up between the two. I therefore, who have received thy leave to depart, am desirous of bringing thee some gratuity due to a preceptor. His master thereupon hearing this replied, Uttangaka, my child, wait a while. Some time after, Uttangaka again addressed his preceptor, saying, Command me to bring that for gratuity which you desire. And his preceptor then said, My dear Uttangaka, thou hast often told me of your desire to bring something by way of acknowledgement for the instruction thou hast received. Go then in and ask thy mistress what thou art to bring for gratuity. And bring thou that which she directs. And thus, directed by his preceptor, Uttangaka addressed his preceptress, saying, Madam, I have obtained my master's leave to go home, and I am desirous of bringing something agreeable to thee as gratuity for the instruction I have received, in order that I may not depart his debtor. Therefore please to command me what I am to bring as gratuity. This addressed his preceptress, replied, Go unto King Baoshuyo and beg of him the pair of earrings worn by his queen, and bring them hither. For days hence is a sacred day when I wish to appear before the Brahmanos, decked with these earrings. Then accomplish this, O Uttangaka. If thou shouldst succeed, good fortune shall attend thee. If not, what good canst thou expect? Uttangaka, thus commanded, took his departure. And as he was passing along the road, he saw a bull of extraordinary size and a man of uncommon stature mounted thereon. And that man addressed Uttangaka and said, Eat thou of the dung of this bull. Uttangaka, however, was unwilling to comply. The man said again, O Uttangaka, eat of it without scrutiny. Thy master ate of it before. And Uttangaka signified his assent, and ate of the dung and drank of the urine of that bull, and rose respectfully, and washing his hands and mouth, went to where King Baoshuyo was. Arrived at the place, Uttangaka saw Baoshuyo seated, and approaching him, Uttangaka saluted the monarch by pronouncing blessings and said, I am come a petitioner to thee. And King Baoshuyo, having returned Uttangaka's salutations, said, Sir, what shall I do for thee? And Uttangaka said, I am come to beg of thee a pair of earrings as gratuity for my preceptor. It behoveth thee to give me the earrings worn by thy Rani. King Baoshuyo replied, Go, Uttangaka, into the female apartments where the Rani is, and demand them of her. And Uttangaka went into the women's apartments. But as he could not discover the Rani, he again addressed the Raja, saying, It is not proper that I should be treated by thee with deceit. Thy Rani is not in the private apartments, for I could not find her. The Raja, thus addressed, considered it for a while, and replied, Recollect, sir, with attention, whether thou beest not in a state of defilement in consequence of contact with the impurities of a repast. My Rani is a chaste wife, and cannot be seen by anyone who is impure, owing to contact with the leavings of a repast. Nor doth she herself appear in sight of anyone who is defiled. Uttangaka, thus informed, reflected for a while, and then said, Yes, it must be so. Having been in a hurry, I performed my ablutions in a standing posture. Raja Baoshuyo then said, Here is a transgression. Purification is not properly effected by one in a standing posture, nor by one while he is going along. And Uttangaka, having agreed to this, sat down with his face towards the east and washed his face, hands, and feet thoroughly. And he then, without noise, sipped thrice of water free from scum and froth, and not warm, and just sufficient to reach his stomach, and wiped his face twice. And he then touched with water the apertures of his organs. And having done all this, he once more entered the apartments of the women. And this time he saw the Rani. And as the Rani perceived him, she saluted him respectfully and said, Welcome, sir, command me what I am to do. And Uttangaka said unto her, It behoveth thee to give me those earrings of thine. I beg them as a present from my preceptor. And the Rani, having been highly pleased with Uttangaka's conduct, and considering that Uttangaka, as an object of charity, could not be passed over, took off her earrings and gave them to him. And she said, These earrings are very much sought after by Takushaka, king of the serpents. Therefore shouldst thou carry them with the greatest care. And Uttangaka, being told this, said unto the Rani, Lady, be under no apprehension. Takushaka, chief of the serpents, is not able to overcome me. And having said this, and taking leave of the Rani, he went back into the presence of Baoshuyo, and said, Baoshuyo, I am gratified. And then Baoshuyo said to Uttangaka, A fit of object of charity can only be had at long intervals. Thou art a qualified guest. Therefore do I desire to perform a Shraddha. Shraddha, tarry thou a little. And Uttangaka replied, Yea, I will tarry, and beg that the clean provisions that are ready may be soon brought in. And the Raja, having signified his assent, he entertained Uttangaka duly. And Uttangaka, seeing that the food placed before him had hair in it, and also that it was cold, thought it unclean. And he said unto Baoshuyo, Thou givest me food that is unclean, therefore shalt thou lose thy sight. And Baoshuyo in answer said, And because dost thou impute uncleanness to food that is clean, therefore shalt thou be without issue. And Uttangaka thereupon rejoined, It behoveth thee not, after having offered me unclean food, to curse me in return. Satisfy thyself by ocular proof. And Baoshuyo, seeing the food alleged to be unclean, satisfied himself of its uncleanliness. And Baoshuyo, having ascertained that the food was truly unclean, being cold and mixed with hair, prepared it as it was by a woman with unbraided hair, began to pacify the rushy Uttangaka, saying, Sir, the food placed before thee is cold, and doth contain hair, having been prepared without sufficient care. Therefore I pray thee pardon me. Let me not become blind. And Uttangaka answered, What I say must come to pass. Having become blind, thou mayest, however, recover thy sight before long. Grant that thy curse also doth not take effect on me. The curse. Don't use the C word. And Parva said unto him, I am unable to revoke my curse, for my wrath even now had not been appeased. But thou knowest not this. For a Brahmana's heart is soft as a new churned butter, even though his words bear a sharp-edged razor. It is otherwise in respect of these with the Kshatriya. His words are soft as new churned butter, but his heart is as a sharp-edged tool. Such being the case, I am unable, because of the hardness of my heart, to neutralize my curse. Then go thou thy ways. To this Uttangaka made answer, I showed thee the uncleanness of the food offered to me, and I was even now pacified by thee. Besides, saidst thou at first that because I imputed uncleanness to food that was clean, I should be without issue. But the food being truly unclean, thy curse cannot affect me. Of this I am sure. And Uttangaka, having said this, departed with the earrings. On the road, Uttangaka perceived coming towards him a naked idle beggar, sometimes coming in view and sometimes disappearing. And Uttangaka, having occasion, put the earrings on the ground and went for water. In the meantime, the beggar came quickly to the spot and, taking up the earrings, ran away. And Uttangaka, having completed his ablutions in water and purified himself, and having so reverently bowed down to the gods and his spiritual masters, pursued the thief with the utmost speed. And having with great difficulty overtaken him, he seized him with force. But at that instant the person seized, quitting the form of a beggar and assuming his real form, viz., that of Takushoka, speedily entered a large hole open in the ground. And having got in, Takushoka proceeded to his own abode, the region of the serpents. Now Uttangaka, recollecting the words of the Rani, pursued the serpent, and began to dig open the hole with a stick, but was unable to make much progress. And Inindra, beholding his distress, sent his thunderbolt to his assistance. Then the thunderbolt, entering that stick, enlarged that hole. And Uttangaka began to enter the hole after the thunderbolt. And having entered it, he beheld the region of the serpents, infinite in extent, filled with hundreds of palaces, and elegant mansions with turrets, and domes and gateways, abounding with wonderful places for various games and entertainments. And Uttangaka then glorified the serpents by the following shlokas. Ye serpents, subjects of King Airavata, splendid in battle and showering weapons on the field like lightning-charged clouds driven by the winds. Handsome and of various forms and decked with many-colored earrings, ye children of Airavata, ye shine like the sun in the firmament. On the northern banks of the Ganges are many habitations of serpents. There I constantly adore the great serpents. Who except Airavata would desire to move in the burning rays of the sun? When Tirutara goes out, 28,008 serpents follow him as his attendants. Ye who move near him, and ye who stay at a distance from him, adore all ye that have Airavata for your eldest brother. I adore thee also to obtain the earrings of Dakushoka, who formerly dwelt in Kurukushwatra in the forest of Karnandava. Dakushoka and Ashivashana, ye are constant companions who dwell in Kurukushwatra on the banks of the Ikushumati. I also adore the illustrious Shrutasana, the younger brother of Dakushoka, who resided at the holy place called Mahadiuman, with a view to obtain the chiefship of the serpents. The Brahmana Roshi Uttangaka, having saluted the chief serpents in this manner, obtained not, however, the earrings. When he thereupon became very thoughtful. And when he saw that he obtained not the earrings, even though he had adored the serpents, he then looked about him and beheld two women over a loom weaving a piece of cloth with a fine shuttle. And in the loom were black and white threads, And he likewise saw a wheel with 12 spokes, turned by 6 boys. And he also saw a man with a handsome horse. And he began to address them the following mantras. This wheel, whose circumference is marked by 24 divisions, representing as many lunar changes, is furnished with 300 spokes. It is set in continual motion by 6 boys. These damsels, representing universal nature, are weaving without intermission a cloth with threads black and white, and thereby ushering into existence the manifold worlds and the beings that inhabit them. Thou wielder of the thunder, the protector of the universe, the slayer of Vratra and Namuji, the illustrious one who wearest the black cloth and displayeth truth and untruth in the universe, thou who ownest for thy carrier the horse received from the depths of the ocean, and which is but another form of Agni, and bow to thee, thou supreme Lord, thou Lord of the 3 worlds, O Purandara. Then the man with the horse said unto Uttanka, I am gratified by this thy adoration. What good shall I do to thee? And Uttanka replied, Even let the serpents be brought under my control. Then the man rejoined, Blow into this horse. And Uttanka blew into that horse. And from the horse thus blown into, there issued from every aperture of his body flames of fire with smoke, by which the region of the Nagas was about to be consumed. And Takushoka, surprised beyond measure, and terrified by the heat of the fire, hastily came out of the abode taking the earrings with him, and said unto Uttanka, Pray, sir, take back the earrings. And Uttanka took them back. But Uttanka, having recovered his earrings, thought, Oh, this is that sacred day of my preceptress. I am at a distance. How can I, therefore, show my regard for her? And when Uttanka was anxious about this, the man addressed him and said, Ride this horse, Uttanka, and he will in a moment carry thee to thy master's abode. And Uttanka, having signified his assent, mounted the horse and presently reached his preceptor's house. And his preceptress that morning, after having bathed, was dressing her hair, sitting, thinking of uttering a curse on Uttanka if he should not return within time. But in the meantime, Uttanka entered his preceptor's abode and paid his respects to his preceptress and presented her the earrings. Uttanka, said she, thou hast arrived at the proper time, at the proper place. Welcome, my child. Thou art innocent, and therefore I do not curse thee. Good fortune is even before thee. Let thy wishes be crowned with success. Then Uttanka waited upon his preceptor. And his preceptor said, Thou art welcome. What hath occasioned thy long absence? And Uttanka replied to his preceptor, Sir, in the execution of this my business, obstruction was offered by Takushoka, the king of serpents. Therefore had I to go to the region of the Nagas. There I saw 2 damsels sitting over a loom, weaving a fabric with black and white threads. Pray, what is that? There likewise I beheld a wheel with 12 spokes ceaselessly turned by 6 boys. What too doth that import? Who also is the man that I saw? And what the horse of extraordinary size likewise beheld by me? And when I was on the road, I also saw a bull with a man mounted thereon, by whom I was endearingly accosted thus: Uttanka, eat of the dung of this bull, which was also eaten by thy master. So I ate of the dung of that bull according to his words. Who also was he? Therefore, enlightened by thee, I desire to hear all about them. And his preceptor thus addressed, said unto him, The 2 damsels thou hast seen are ta time pitata. The black and white threads denote night and day. The wheel of 12 spokes turned by the 6 boys signifieth the year comprising 6 seasons. The man is Parjanuya, the deity of rain, and the horse is Agni, the god of fire. The bull that thou hast seen on the road is Airavata, the king of elephants. The man mounted thereon is Inindra, and the dung of the bull which was eaten by thee was Amrita. It was certainly for this that thou hast not met with death in the region of the Nagas. And Inindra, who is my friend, having been mercifully inclined to show thee favor. It is for this that thou returnest safe, taking the earrings with thee. Then, O thou amiable one, I give thee leave to depart. Thou shalt obtain good fortune. And Uttangka, having obtained his master's leave, moved by anger and resolved to revenge himself on Takushaka, proceeded towards Hastinapura. That excellent Brahmana soon reached Hastinapura, and Uttangka then waited upon King Janamejaya, who had some time before returned victorious from Takushashila. And Uttangka saw the victorious monarch surrounded on all sides by his ministers, and he pronounced the benedictions on him in proper form. And Uttangka addressed the monarch at the proper moment in speech of correct accent and melodious sounds, saying, O thou best of monarchs, how is it that thou spendest thy time like a child, when there is another matter that urgently demandeth thy attention? Saudi said, the monarch Janamejaya, thus addressed, saluting that excellent Brahmana, replied unto him, in cherishing these, my subjects, I do discharge the duties of my noble tribe. Say, what is that business to be done by me, and which hath brought thee hither? That foremost of Brahmanas, and distinguished beyond all for good deeds, thus addressed by the excellent monarch of large heart, replied unto him, O king, the business is thy own that demandeth thy attention. Therefore do it please. O thou king of kings, thy father was deprived of life by Takushaka. Therefore do thou avenge thy father's death on that vile serpent. The time hath come, I ween, for the act of vengeance ordained by the fates. Go then and avenge the death of thy magnanimous father, who, unoffending, being bitten by that vile serpent, was reduced to the 5 elements, even like a tree stricken by thunder. The wicked Takushaka, vilest of the serpent race, intoxicated with power, committed an unnecessary act when he bit the king, thy godlike father, the protector of the race of royal saints. Wicked in his deeds, he even caused Kashyapa to turn back when he was coming for the relief of thy father. It behooveth thee to burn the wicked wretch in the blazing fire of a snake sacrifice. O king, give instant orders for the sacrifice. It is thus that thou canst avenge the death of thy father. And a very great favor shall have also been shown to me. For by that malignant wretch, O virtuous prince, my business also was on one occasion obstructed while proceeding on account of my preceptor. Saudi continued. The monarch, having heard these words, was enraged with Takushaka. The speech of Uttangka inflamed the prince, even as the sacrificial fire will clarify butter. Moved by grief also in the presence of Uttangka himself, the prince asked his ministers the particulars of his father's journey to the regions of the blessed. And when he heard all the circumstances of his father's death from the lips of Uttangka, he was overcome with pain and sorrow. And thus ends the section called the Baoshuya of the Adi Bible of the Blessed Mahabharata. Oh my God, 3 hours and 3:11. I'm gonna end at 3:11 right now. I'm gonna time this. So thank you very much. See you soon.